Okay, 20 seconds in. Hello, hi. It is I can return streaming again, Corposant, because it's a lot to read. And I like reading, but I'm mentally tired too. a lot. A lot. So uh, so let's jump into it. Because wait, did I publish this on Twitter? Yeah. Yeah. Uh, it's a little bit saddening that that I forgot what I wanted to say. That is Holofest right now, and I don't have the money to go nor the money to watch it. It's $100, I think. So, fuck me. Oh no, I let the cursed. I already. I screwed the algorithm. Nah, transcendent violet. Go. Commander, the enemy has been driven out of the research facility. Last stream, the only thing that I remember is Alva having that weird PTSD dream with Angie and RPK 16. So bad hours for streaming because I'm sleepy. Well, I am sleepy every fucking hour, but of the day it is a problem. But yeah, I don't like drinking energy drinks. At the best, they don't work. At worst, my heart starts trying to jump out of my chest. So I prefer not to. Okay, let's go. Commander, the enemy has been driven out of the research facility. 404 is engaging the remaining hostile forces on the north side. The Monsoon Squad is on the way to provide support. Connect me to 404. Understood. Ah. Kurukai, what's the situation? We're still exchanging fire with them. They are armed to the teeth, but we can identify their affiliation. They are deliberately concealing their identities. Do we need to change their roles of engagement? No, eliminate them as the top priority, and gather as much information as possible. Understood. But we are outnumbered. If the target is that young lady, and they split their forces, we may not be able to intercept them. We'll take the young lady to a safe location first. Once we have her under control, you move toward my position. Roger that. We'll wait for your signals, Commander. I got the connection and turned to Gross and Kolfne. Let's photo by you sometime first. Kolfne, what's the situation around us? It looks like everyone inside the facility has fled outside. This place really doesn't have a single armored guard. Maintain control of the area. People from the air group or PSA should arrive soon. Until then, we need to keep Orpheluna safe. Can you locate that young lady? I saw her run up to the experimental area on the top floor just now. She's there, huh? I see. Let's move. Awaiting straight rounds from the firefight between the unknown forces and Squad 404, we rush up to the rooftop. We smash through the glass doors of the experimental complex and force our way inside. In the isolation chamber where Rafaelina has demonstrated an experiment for me not long ago, a figure sits there blankly, knees hugged to her chest. Gross and Kolfne check the surroundings. No army personnel are inside. I stow my weapon inside my clothes and stride quickly toward that figure. Miss Orpheluna! Why are you here? I was about to get in the car and leave when I saw black smoke rising from the direction, so I reached over with everyone. You're just a journalist, don't play the hero. Oh, if you know. Her tone is harsh, but the panic and tears in Orfelune's eyes betrays her true emotions. I hurry over to assess her condition. How can you not fall for the cheeky cat if everything happens like that, like it's happening right now? The only person the between in a conference in a conference would you know that they are using your image for watching the credibility of the company, but you supposedly have a good project. You don't know half of what's going on in there, but you supposedly know. And the only person that doesn't care about money, about politics, about company, blah blah blah, and just cares about your investigation, and doesn't it's not just I care about it. I also know about it. I have deal with this thing before, and it doesn't go like an arrogant scientific approach. It's more of a humble. I have seen this thing before, but I don't actually know what's going on. I have faced it, but I don't understand it. It gives you the power of to have someone that's also interested in what you are most focusing on, and also gives you the opportunity for a young lady that is having what's the word, the prove herself issues in this company, is the first person that actually cared about, and after exposing half of your heart to that person, you're attacked, and that person comes to save you, even if you know that that's something that they shouldn't be doing. How can you not fall for that person? God. I would have fallen for the Shikan if I were in the Orfelune's position. Her tone is harsh, but the panic and tears in Orfelune's eyes betrayed her true emotions. I hurry over to assess her condition. Though she's trembling all over, she doesn't appear to have any external injuries. Judging by her breathing, her internal organs likely weren't damaged by the explosion either. I extend my hand to Orfelune. After hesitation for a moment, she finally takes it and stands up. Where are the people who attacked the facility? They have been repelled for now. Repelled? But there aren't even any armored guards here. We found a way to drive them back. You did? In any case, this place is extremely dangerous. We don't know when the attackers will strike again. You need to leave immediately. Don't be ridiculous. At the height of the Yaran crew, how could I be frightened off by a bunch of small time thugs? Oh, if you know. Besides, these research data are absolutely priceless, as if I could let them be destroyed. Despite her thought words, Orfelune almost drops the haphazard pile of data pads and test tubes in her arms. She bites her lip, trying to shoulder everything on her own. No, isn't time to worry about that. Plants can be cultivated again if they are destroyed, but if something happens to you, then everything is really over. You see what I mean? As if something could happen to me. I'm... Her voice suddenly trails off, as if she's talking to herself. But without this research, I don't even know what else I can do. It's too early to say that. You're only in your 20s, you still have a long life ahead of you. Don't you remember? You survived what happened in Frankfurt. Compared to that, this is nothing. Orfelune's eyes flickered slightly, as though that memory has been stirred. You're right, but don't get the wrong idea. I'm only agreeing to temporarily relocate into research. Tomorrow's demonstration will absolutely not be cancelled. Then come with me. I signal for Golfne to take hold of Orfelune. This time, Orfelune obediently follows as Golfne starts moving. But just as we reach the doorway, intense gunfire erupts from below, shots and explosions coming one after another. Commander! The enemy has begun a full assault on the research facility. Be careful not to get caught in it. Thank you for the warning. Hold them off. We are escorting the young lady out of the lab. Roger, stay safe. The firefight downstairs intensifies further, and several rifle grenades come flying toward the rooftop. Rifle grenades? Get down! I shoot Orphelune as we dive toward the doorway. One of the grenades hits the isolation chamber directly. The glass shatters, fragments hurtling towards us under the force of the blast. Ah! It hurts! Orphelune cries out, her face is strained as she tries not to show too much pain. I look down and realize that a shard of glass had lodged itself squarely in her leg. Golfne! Golfen! Golfen picks up a pair of lab forceps and carefully pulls out the glass shard. Then she rinses the wound with distilled water and applies an adhesive bandage meant for emergency treatment. It's like the green little car in Cars. like record time first aid. Bear with it for now. Once you reach a safe place, you'll be fine. This was a scratch. Doesn't bother me at all. Even as she says this, a small sob escapes Orphelune. She bites her lip hard as if ashamed of her own weakness. Is there anywhere easily defendable in this building? The main entrance is swarming with attackers. It's too dangerous to go out that way. Below this building, there's an air raid shelter for emergencies. They goes there. We proceed with extreme caution towards the air raid shelter while being targeted by successive explosions and attacks. Are you alright? Can you walk on your leg? I'm fine. Orphelune endures the pain along the way, still trying to maintain her pride. I have been through wars in Frankfurt. I don't doubt it. Back then, Igla hadn't been created yet, so no one could help me. It was my father. Orphelune's voice suddenly wavers with both nostalgia and unease. Igla still hasn't come back? How could she not be at my side at a time like this? Orphelune rarely shows such helplessness, but she quickly straightens her back again. Not that I need to protect me all this time. I'm the hero of the GR group. I can protect myself. I look at her face, not quite so sure how to feel. Yes, I'm sure you can, Miss Orphelune. After passing through the long corridors and descending flight after flight of stairs, we finally reach the raid shelter entrance that Orphelune mentioned. During the journey, whenever her injured legs jostled, Orphelune will grimace from the pain, only to quickly force herself to straighten up each time. She then fumbles awkwardly for quite a while before finding and pressing a button, opening the door at the entrance. The glass door made of half-metal thick homogeneous steel slowly swings open. Supporting Orphelune, we help her inside. As the heavy door closes, I issue orders to Group 2. We have entered an underground shelter in the rear courtyard. Secure the surrounding area and don't let the enemy get close. Roger. On it right away. Go off, click A. Wow. Nothing too much. Eliminate all enemy units. Easy, baby. Boom. Boom. 7. Ult. Commander, the enemy is beginning to withdraw. So they have finally given up. It doesn't quite look like it. Wait, Monsoon reports that the Gendol who left earlier has returned. Igla. She reacts quickly. Her vehicle is 3 minutes out. She'll intersect with our team's position. Commander, how should we proceed? Withdraw from the research facility. Do not engage. But her target is a young lady. She'll run into you, Commander. We'll be fine. Maintain a safe distance and observe the air raid shelter where we are. Igla isn't someone we can handle right now. Don't engage her unless there's absolutely no other option. Understood. We'll remain on the perimeter and be ready to provide support at any time. Thank you. Over. The attackers seem to be withdrawn. Because they have also received news of Igla's return. Something is fishy about the Girard group having such up-to-date information about the situation within the research facility. There are emergency medical kits inside the shelter. Kofne takes one and redresses Orfelune's wound. Orfelune nods in thanks to Kofne, but she's still trembling. She's still clearly worried that the enemy will make their way here. I step forward to reassure her. Don't worry, the attack is over. Why are you carrying weapons? Aren't you journalist? Journalism is a high-risk profession in this day and age. Knowing how to shoot for self-defense isn't that strange, is it? Is that so? She's so cute. Look at her cheeks. Her red cheeks. And that mochi-like face. Marshmallow face. She has a face that screams for kisses on the forehead until she starts saying baka baka baka. Okay, let's continue. By the way, Mr. Felune, has the research facility ever been attacked before? No, never. Not even once. This place has always been very safe. Its secrecy level is extremely high. Not even the groups and security forces are allowed to approach this facility. No armed security at all. Don't you find that strange? Not really. El Vive is so safe. What will we need armored guards for? So this attack was slightly triggered by recent events. Is the goal to street research, or are they coming after the young lady? If the young lady is a key figure in Project Eden, there are certainly no shortage of forces who would want her gone. Commander, we have completed our withdrawal. Igla has entered the research facility. You must be careful. Got it. Are you really journalists? From how you acted just now, you... A sudden deafening crash interrupts Orfelune mid-sentence. The shelter security door is blasted open with a massive hole. The tremendous impact twist and warps the heavy steel door. As the dust settles, Igla's figure appears in the doorway. The scabbard of the slender rapier at her waist gleams with subdued silver light, mirrored by the silver and gold pistol in her hand. Her posture is immaculate, not that of a doll who blasted through a steel door, but of an aristocrat stepping into an opera house. Igla raises her gun, aiming it directly at my head. Step by step, she walks slowly towards me. Pardon me for rudely interrupting your conversation. If there is any discourtesy, I ask for your understanding. I humbly request that you all immediately step away from the young mistress. If your hesitation causes Mr. Felune even one additional second of discomfort, I fear I will have to retort to methods that are less polite. Igla's voice is glacially cold. At my signal, Gross and Kofne do not draw their weapons. I look eyes with Igla, refusing to bend to her will. Igla, you finally made it! Orfelune's eyes glisten with joy. The composure she's forcing upon herself, completely crumbling. Igla steps forward. The sound of her heels is clear and crystalline. She bows a slightly left hand to her chest, in a flawless gesture of courtesy. My apologies for being tardy, young mistress. You are injured? For the first time, Igla's voice wavers ever so slightly, though her near-perfect posture doesn't change. Guilt flashes across her face for an instant, swiftly replaced by resolute restraint. She drops to one knee, right hand to her chest, performing an impeccable oath of loyalty. Seeing you endure is the greatest disgrace of my service as your assistant. It is an unforgivable failure on my part that I was not by your side when you needed me. Please, punish me. It's nothing. I was just cut by some glass. As a member of the Gerard family, this kind of injury is nothing at all. Your strength moves me, young mistress. Once I deal with this uninvited guest, I will take you to the finest hospital to ensure no scarring occurs. Hilda rests from the floor in one fleet moment. Her gaze settles on us again. With icy malicious intent, it sends a chill down my spine. You were sent here by such Fagan. Perhaps we could conduct a more civilized negotiation. Gerard is willing to offer 10 times your current compensation in exchange for your promise never to set foot in Elviv again. That sum should be enough for all of you to live as an upper-class citizen in any white zone. What do you say? You misunderstand, Igla. Actually, they came back to save me. Young mistress, please allow me to handle these trivial matters. This is my duty. Igla's tone remains gentle and courteous, yet carries an unmistakable finality. You should always remain pure and noble of heart, just as you were on the day you find me before the furnace. Let me discern and eradicate the lies of these filthy individuals. Well, on what conditions will you release the young mistress? Name your terms. Or must you force me to tell you apart in front of Mr. Felone? You really should listen carefully to what Orphelune is trying to tell you. Even if you don't trust me, at least calm down and analyze the situation in front of you. If I were in cahoots with attackers outside, I could have just taken Orphelune and left. No. Why would we stay in this shelter? Perhaps your purpose was to play the savior and deceive the young mistress into trusting you. Do you deny it? What would even be the point? They protect me the entire time during the attack. Besides, I'm a good judge of character. Someone I personally choose to interview me couldn't possibly be a bad person. Orpheluna lifts her chin proudly, so the tension in the air makes her unconsciously clutch the hem of her clothes. Very well. Since Miss Orpheluna trusts you, I will grant you an opportunity to explain yourselves. May I ask this editor-in-chief to explain why your entourage consists of armed tactical dolls? And there are also some sneaky rats lurking around the perimeter, spying on this place. I assume those are your subordinates as well. She actually noticed a group to monitor the perimeter. As expected, she's not an easy opponent. You're not lucky sent by such Favan. Then you must be dogs of the non-military forces administration or some other URNC organization. Unfortunately, you are wrong on all accounts. Then may I ask your affiliation? I am not affiliated with any faction, but I do have my own agenda. Young mistress, you heard it yourself. This man has ulterior motives. May I deal with them now? But one reason I came here was because I heard that Mr. Felune might be at risk of an attack. That's why I brought Titles with me. And thanks to them, we were able to repel the first wave of attackers and ensure Mr. Felune's safety. Surely you can tell the difference between the attacking forces and us, can you? You came here specifically to protect me? Igla frowns. Thought she wants nothing more than kill us immediately. There's no change in Orphelone's mind about this. Orphelone raises her hand, signaling Igla to stay her hand. As her attendant, Igla cannot disobey her order. And the other reason I came here was to ask Mr. Felune a burning question. A burning question? I ignored the rapier pointed at me and asked Orphelune in an unmistakably firm voice. Mr. Felune, I'm afraid there's more to your Project Eden than meets the eye. I don't know what you mean. I have already shown you everything about Project Eden during the demonstration earlier. You said your research has received technical assistance from another scientist, didn't you? Could you tell me honestly, who exactly was this other scientist? Igla posture shifts softly, a sharp edge flashing on her eyes. She steps forward half a pace, the sound of her heels echoing clearly into shelter. Allow me to issue a final warning, Mr. Editor-in-Chief. Mr. Felone has no obligation to answer such questions. The only reason I haven't acted yet is because I don't wish for the young mistress to witness something cruel. Do not mistake my tolerance for leverage. Completely unlike her earlier unflappable demeanor, I see unmistakable line jetting Igla for the first time. I must have hit on her. Commander, we have a bet on the dear Jensdal head. One slight tilt of your head and we'll fight immediately. Kluga's voice comes through my earpiece. I remain outwardly calm and decide to press on. But before I can speak, Orfelone begins on her own. It's fine, Igla. There is nothing to hide. I have already told them some of it earlier. The person who assisted me in my research is also an expert in plant science. Her earlier work focused on genetic engineering. She only shifted into botany about 10 years ago. 10 years ago! No! It was Bremen, right? It had to be Bremen. Fuck. Yes, I'm talking about Chilovig, the good friend that I mentioned before. You should be able to find her profile on various academic sites. To be honest, I met you under very similar circumstances as when I first met her. At the time, I had hit a bottleneck in my research. I tried countless methods but couldn't break through. Though I hate to admit it, I was stuck. And then she appeared at just the right moment. Not only did she help me overcome the technical obstacles, she even proposed more innovative solutions. She fully agreed with my philosophy that plants could lead humanity towards a better future. She's the one who helped me resolve the practical application of the particle transformation career. Those flowers! I'm very grateful to her. She's one of the few people who didn't treat me as... Orfelone suddenly stops, unwilling to continue. In short, Chilovit helped me a great deal back then. There, I have told you everything. Orfelone turns away from me. Her shoulders are trembling slightly and her voice has lost its earlier edge. Now it's your turn to answer my questions. Her voice quivers. When you came to interview me, were you really only interested in my research? Be honest. Yes. But you're not really an editor-in-chief, are you? That's right. I'm not an editor-in-chief. But I am interested in your research. So only because the subject of your research is connected to a cult. This Chilovit you mentioned is very likely a member of said cult. A cult? Paradeus. Have you heard of that name? It means for God. In Latin. Orfelone looks bemused. She glances at Igla and then slowly shakes her head. Based on what I know, the assistance you received came most likely from Paradeus. Paradeus? That famous organization in Germany from years ago? It's a long-standing cult that has used tens of thousands of people as test subjects in contamination zones, all to satisfy its ambitions. They were supposed to have been eradicated, but now they have resurfaced. Which means this so-called scientific assistance you accepted was very likely the result of human experimentation. Impossible! That's nonsense! Those epitheliums. Your so-called particle carriers were never naturally occurring plants. They were deliberately cultivated and designated to spread collapsed particles in contamination zones, destroying and mutating the living environments of the people there. Who could do such a thing? Where did those plants come from? Do you truly not know anything at all? I didn't! Orfelone stares at me with wide eyes and then looks away. As the headess of the Yara group, it's impossible for her to be completely uninformed. She tries to deny it, but her nature won't allow her to lie. Have you said enough? For me, Sorfelone lunchtime begins. I must remove anything that could affect her appetite. Hila points her gun at me. Mr. Editor-in-Chief, let's start with you. Wait! Orfelone struggles to her feet, raises her arms, and steps between me and Igla. Young mistress, please step back! Panic seeps through Igla's voice for the first time, through her grip and the gun remains steady. Listen to me, Igla. You have always protected me, made decisions for me, solved all my problems. But this time, I have to face it myself. If I don't even have the courage to face this, what right do I have to claim that I want to change the world? There's no trace of forced arrogance in Orfelone's voice now, only a mix of determination and vulnerability. Igla's hand trembles slightly and she slowly lowers the gun. Orfelone turns back to look at me. You said Chirobig might belong to a cult. Human experimentation is definitely wrong. But what I feel from her was genuine passion and sincerity towards botany. Even if she really is a bad person, the knowledge she brought us undeniably advanced my research in a substantial way. But that knowledge is built on the suffering of countless innocent people. No, you don't understand what I mean. Even if what you say is true, as long as Project Eden is successfully launched, if everything I envision comes to pass, it will bring immeasurable benefits to the entire world. Those plagued by radiation sickness, those struggling to survive in the yellow zones, all of them will be redeemed. Knowledge itself is an evil, even if it originates from mistakes. I can guide it into the right path. Or is that wrong? You saw my demonstration earlier, didn't you? Energy converted from radiation can massively boost productivity, improve quality of life, and free countless people from meaningless, repetitive labor. Then everyone can devote themselves to creative and productive work. If we are on the brink of such a world, can you really dismiss my research as evil so lightly? Science itself has no stance. Whether a result is good or bad depends solely on how people use it. And what if they are using you? What if you have no control over your research? And they already, before you even began, they already started using your research for their own ends. Can you be certain your research will be used that way? Science might have no stance, but those who wield it do. When you can control the power science brings, its stance will no longer bend to your will. And a path built on a wrong foundation can never lead to a right destination. That's something I have experienced personally. You lived through Frankfurt as well. You should understand better than anyone what really happened. Once collapsed particles are gathered by those collapsed Exiliums. Can you truly control how they'll be used? Your project Eden will be harvesting an immense quantity of particles. You have full control over what they will be used for. What do you mean? At the site of an incident encounter, we found a large number of victims sealed in culture tubes. It was an illegal underground laboratory. The victims were packed into containers like livestock, and inside those containers were air plants very similar to those in your research. They were cultivated into elites, even volumes. Without high-density particle radiation, that simply couldn't be achieved in such a short time. With technology that gathers collapsed particles in high concentration, not only elites, perhaps even volumes could be mass-produced. Given how well you understand your own research, you must know how catastrophic it would be if the massive stockpile of collapsed particles from your project were misused. Do you really think that would be alright? I had no idea. Igla, have you heard of this? Orfelone's voice trembles. Her arms hang limply at her sides. She no longer tries to hide her confusion and fear behind a proud facade. Young mistress, be honest. I want the truth. A similar incident did occur recently on the outskirts of a satellite city. Since it fell under the jurisdiction of the Iraq group, I conducted a brief investigation. Later, the matter was passed over to the non-military force administration, so I don't know the details beyond that. In other words, this editor-in-chief was telling the truth. All I can say is that a similar event has occurred, but there is no proven connection to the research, nor is there any evidence linking it to Lady Chilovich. I see. Orfelune clenches her fists. Not daring to look at me, she turns and issues an order to Igla. Igla, I'm ordering you to investigate this matter immediately and thoroughly. I'll never forgive anyone who dares to abuse my research in such a way. Immediately? Yes. This knowledge is meant for a better future. Past mistakes can be corrected. But what about them? Let them go. Mr. Felune, we absolutely cannot let them go. Why not? You were just offering them money to keep them from ever setting foot in Lviv again. The situation is different now. If we let them go and take expose the fact that you accepted external scientific assistance, your research will be ruined. Are you truly willing to accept that outcome? Orfelune turns back, gathering her courage to face me again. If your goal is to make this public, then be my guest. I believe in my research, regardless of its origins, as something meant for the future of this world. I stand by my view. Science itself has no stance. Whether a result is good or bad depends on how people use it. I believe I had the power to ensure my research is used in the right path. Project Eden will officially begin tomorrow. When you witness the beginning of the experiment tomorrow, I hope you'll change your mind. She reaches out and forces Igla, who has pointed the gun at me again while speaking, to lower her weapon. Orfelune, now fragile, yet resolute, is no longer the haughty young mistress. Let them go. After all, they just saved me, and I don't want to owe them a debt. Igla looks at Orfelune, complex emotion flickering in her eyes. Finally, she nods. As you wish, Miss Orfelune. Orfelune leaves the shelter with Igla. The research facility is now teeming with members of the Air Group and the PSA. The duo board a luxurious sedan and gradually disappears into the distance, while far behind them, a team of dolls silently follow in pursuit. Oh! Oh, Orfelune, poor Orfelune. Puppet of Paradius, of the Air Group, of her own father, of Igla. The slumbering lion, when she awakes, all vileness and wickedness shall be destroyed. After the aftermath and at the research facility is dealt with, Igla calmly steps into the laboratory where Alva is confined. Her footsteps strike the marble floor with precise rhythmic clicks. Each step carrying an undeniable authority, yet landing with the likeness of a ballet dancer's pointy. Okay, I got flashbanged. Aloha, welcome back, Miss Igla. Chilovich is still wearing nothing but a loose white lab coat. She sits barefoot on a swivel chair and spinning happily, a cup of coffee in her hands, nearly drowned in syrup. Her smile is dazzling to the point of being unnatural while cunning and and madness glint in her eyes. She lazily swings her legs, the faint curves of her body beneath the lab coat, forming a stark contrast with the laboratory's atmosphere. Please forgive my discourtesy, Lady Chilubich. Ella inclines her head slightly, then suddenly lashes out a kick, sending a marionette doll nearby flying straight into the wall with brutal speed. The metal wall cracks open on impact, leaving a human-shaped dent. The marionette doll, dressed as a researcher, sticks to the wall, the evasive glued there, limbs hanging limp like a mosquito's lap flat. The laboratory walls let out a groan under the strain. God heavens, you brute! Chilubich jumps to her feet, dramatically cupping her cheeks. Her eyes widen with excitement as she hoops over to the deformed marionette doll, tilting her head to admire the artwork. I much prefer this way of expressing your anger. Way more creative than shooting me in the head. Allow me to be frank, Miss Chilubich. Lady Chilubich. Ella calmly smooths her sleeve. Her voice is velvet soft, but her gaze is glacial. I believe I have made my position very clear on multiple occasions, and this will be the final time I reiterate it. Our cooperation is strictly between you and me. Mr. Felun is not included. Now that's interesting. Chilubich claps her hands behind her back and circles eagerly like a curious little girl, singing aloud with exaggerated flair. Why bring Mr. Feloni all of a sudden? Is it because my interactions with her made you jealous? Or do you think I gave your dear little young mistress something I shouldn't have? She was never your young mistress. Naturally, but she's not yours either. Oh, damn! I suppose I have been having some private exchanges with Mr. Feluna lately. After all, the young mistress needs someone to tutor her studies. I'm just like you know. She's such an adorable young lady. I just can't help but get a little attached now that I have spent time with her. What exactly are you talking about? Saying I'm doing the same thing as you, helping Mr. Felune. But really, blame that old man. It's all because that old fossil Oleg actually wants to bow to that non-fagoon called Kruger. Don't call my dad a goon. In plain terms, that senile old fool wants to sell out the Jira group to the UNC government. It's the better option to escape, honestly. But we, or rather Paradius, have always wholeheartedly collaborated with Girard to help the young mistress advance her research. And while we are at it, make the Girard group great again. If everything proceeds according to Lady Lord Oleg's arrangements, Girard cooperation with you will come to an end. Not only that, that damn filthy Valkyser. He'll sell us out in a heartbeat just to save his own skin. That's a no-brainer. She suddenly stops and hops onto the lab workbench, her legs swinging cheerfully into the air. Please give me a CGA. That's why I came to you, Miss Igla. You're not like him. You're smart. My hope is that you can stand against the pressure that non-fa in his stead and protect the Yara group, as well as our collaboration with Mr. Felune. Mr. Felune's project didn't officially begins tomorrow, doesn't it? She has devoted 10 years of her life to this research project. You wouldn't want to see it destroyed like this, would you? Igla makes no response. She walks forward slowly. She stops in front of Chilubich, inclines slightly, and gently places one hand on the surface of the workbench. The moment her hand makes contact, the surface lets out a faint groan that collapses. The entire workbench splits apart as if ripped by an invisible force. Documents, instruments, and coffee cups spilling into the floor in a chaotic avalanche. Yet the eagle herself remains utterly still, without so much as a wrinkle on her clothes. And the only reason I agreed to that foolish, presumptuous, and unreasonable request was to protect Miss Orpheluna. If anyone dares to harm her, be it Lord Oleg or you, it makes no difference to me. Oh, come on, use your brain, my sweet darling Igla. Charlotte naively hops off the shattered workbench, clapping her hands together as a many green spreads across her face. How could I ever hurt her? Was it in me who helped you obtain the agreement Oleg signed with Nova? Charlotte leans close to Igla, her lips almost brushing Igla's ear. That old man is willing to confess to all his crimes in exchange for his own personal safety. Your precious young mistress is not even on his list. Igla tilts her head slightly and stares at Chilovit with her expression. In the next instant, with a movement too fast to see, she grips Chilovit by the throat and lifts her into the air. I hardly need reminding. Igla's voice is ice cold. Her usual air of elegance has vanished entirely by now. Even if the young mistress were on that list, I will never allow such stupidity and trust her very life to another. You're right. That's exactly it. Shirobik smacks Igla wrist in surrender. When Igla releases her, she drops to the floor. That's why we have to complete it together. It's your only chance to turn things around. I told you that already, didn't I? And your precious Miss Orpheluna? Charlie is a genius scientist, brilliant, diligent, full of ideas, and absolutely adorable. That's precisely what she's an indispensable part of Project Eden. Even if you kill me 100 times, the fact won't change. And more importantly, this was her research to begin with. So once the project becomes our core objective, she naturally has to take part in it. So, for your sake, and for the sake of our plan, of course, I would recruit her. On that point, I have no objection. Completing Project Eden is the young mistress' long cherished wish. However, Mr. Felon is a noble scientist in pursuit of a pure and lofty ideal, not a pawn in your so-called game or plan. Perhaps swayed by Chirobik's words, Hela's hostility eases slightly, but when it comes to Orphelona, she yields not an inch. Chirobik rubs her throat. Rising into her toes, she peers up at Igla with an ominous gleam in her eyes. Yes, the young mistress is not baby. She's a good little girl. But on that note, there is something I wonder if you consider, my dear Igla. Once Project is complete, Gerard will reach new heights and her talents will gain worldwide recognition. And then, those little secrets hidden within her will become extraordinarily valuable. Igla's gaze turns icy once more at those words. Her posture remains flawless, only the tension in her jaw betrays the slightest level of emotion. Pardon me for being blunt, but your insinuation is both vague and impolite. If you have a point to make, you could perhaps state it more clearly. I'm just telling it as it is. That is like candy. The brighter the graping, the sweeter it tastes. Shelvit prances right up to Igla, looking up at his most powerful Syrian doll with a smile, but innocent and dangerous. Walls always have cracks, Miss Igla. What Paradius knows, others will eventually know too. There are no true secrets in this world. Only truths that haven't been spoken yet. Should I take that as a threat, Lady Chilavik? Igla's voice remains courteous, but her tone is chilling. Even the head is like... Ah! Wow. Even the air in the laboratory seems to unfreeze her words. A threat? No. That's far too crude. Chilavik waves her hands exaggeratedly, then suddenly grows somber. She presses a finger lightly against her lips, her eyes flashing sharply. I'm merely offering a friendly reminder. This matter is no consequence to me. All I want is for Project Eden to be completed successfully. You get to revive Girard, and Mr. Felony fulfills her lifelong ambition. Well, she might be a bit too young to be talking about lifelong ambitions. Share his wish, then. The Alva grind. Yep. Sounds like a perfect happy ending. Meanwhile, Alva is sat there in a office chair, strapped, and listening to all of this, probably. So, sounds like a perfect happy ending. As long as we don't consider the risks that may follow afterward. Also, welcome, not Supernova. Give me a second. Yep. Hela takes a slow, deep breath. What is your solution? And what do you want? First, Project Eden must be completed. That's the premise of everything. Stopping the plan to protect her will be the stupidest case of putting the cart before the horse. But avoiding risk is easy. Just don't put her under the spotlight. I'd rather be chill like that. Indeed, she is. If you could retrieve 043 and hand her over to me as soon as possible, then perhaps I could complete Project Eden independently. Always she's like chill like that. That's why I got her to B2. I wanted to get her to be the most possible dupe possible. The most dupe possible. I'm stuttering. Sorry. But I lost a 50-50 and I got the weapon, so it's not that bad with B2. Only. I have to say for Helen, so. Yep. She flashes a radiant smile again, a shrewd glint dancing in her eyes. That way, whether Princess Orphelon stays or leave would be entirely up to you, Miss Igla. Speaking as a fellow scientist, it may be a bit unfair to her, but... She shrugs dramatically and spreads her hands. I value my partner's feelings more. And what do you gain from this? From what I could tell, fame is beneath you. Your friendship is the sweetest candy of all for me, Miss Igla. Besides, secrets only become resources when they are held by a select few. Chilavik winks playfully. This damn brat. But of course, everything depends on how good you are at catching mice. And she's sending Igla to the commander. She hands the ball back to Igla's court and looks at her expectantly, waiting for an answer. Igla's gaze flickers. In the end, she says nothing. Her eyes turn towards Alva, specialized in her nation capsule. Oh, she's in a capsule. Okay. Well, she's still probably not listening to this. But yep. Alva can be seen breathing in agony within a hallucination. Oh no, she's in the dream. Igla knows Chilavik is right. No matter what, capturing Boy Mastina, retrieving 043 and completing the mission. Capturing Boy Mastina? I returned to GFL2 after deciding to take a break from CCC, and I got Lena's B1 and Alva plus Hestina to quite fast. Oh, congratulations! I'm not fond of MiHoYo games. I'm more on this side of the war. I am a veteran of GFL1 and I'm an Arnice player, so I'm on this side of the fence. But yeah, I don't know much about CCC. Sometimes I get the wrong vein with that, and I start cheating on MiHoYo, but please, if I start right now, please take it with a grain of salt. Last time I played GFL2 was during Leva and Lena release. Oh, yeah, it was December, right? Yeah, I got only the B0 Lena and Leva that time because my main objective was Robela B6, and I got her. There's the stream on my channel, it's over there. I lost only 150-50. It was the best the best pull session that I ever had. If you want to watch it, you're welcome to watch it. Okay, back on the matters. Capturing Boymastina. Capturing. This is very specific. Why? I know that she wants to fight Boymastina because of the thing about strongest doll of the second generation versus the strongest doll of the third gen and all that, but capturing is the wording is very specific. And completing the mission she was given from the start remained her top priority. As for Chilovig, there will be time to settle the score later. The hibernation capsule indicator lights flash incessantly. Alarms echoing as Alva's neural data register extreme instability. If not for Task Force Defy interference, this wouldn't have become so complicated. Ayla gently rests her hand on the capsule control panel and connects her own port to it. A moment later, she turns back to Chilovig and inclines her head slightly. I will retrieve O43. Please honor your promise. This is my only request. You gave me your word. Inside the capsule, Alva's body convulsed violently, as if enduring unimaginable pain. Pain that intensifies further due to Igla's connection. Igla smooths the hem of her suit and walks towards the exit. Her footsteps still calm and measured. This gremlin. Oh my. Gervais watches Igla receding back, then turns to Alva reading in the capsule, her expression peculiar. This really isn't my fault, darling. I was planning to treat you gently. What a shame. She sighs, then beams brightly again. Hopping back to her seat, she picks up a fresh cup of coffee and gazes at the hibernation capsule as though watching a performance. Since your fate is sealed, you might as well contribute a bit more data before you die, my dear. Nuh-uh, you can do that too for Alva. Slumbering lion which awakes. That's Igla. Transcendent violet. Through destruction can eventually reach the far shore. Embers. I don't like this name of the chapter. How many left? A lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fighting stages and 2 full dialogue. Okay. How long I have been streaming? An hour. Yeah, I think I can get until AS25 and leave this to for another day, maybe Sunday. So that depends on how long are these three. How long are these three? Alva joins away. Alva jolts awake, gasping for air, her body shaking violently, like a drowning person finally breaking the surface. Oh no, I know this one. Sweat soaks through her clothes. Sweet. Clinging coldly to her skin, making her shiver. She looks down and stares blankly at her drenched clothing in disbelief. Something feels wrong, unmistakably wrong, yet she can't quite put a finger on what. She places a hand against her soaked chest, feeling her heart hammering violently, as if it's about to burst free from her ribcage, its dull pounding echoing in her ears. Sweet? A heartbeat? Oh no 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 no! I know what's this one. She looks around in a daze and realizes she's sitting up upright inside a train. Not Embla. That's why this shit is called Embers. The train is moving at high speed. Through the window she can see it is crossing a desert. Yellow sand stretches endlessly in every direction. Fierce winds howl, whipping sand into the air, blowing out the sky and turning the distant landscape into a hazy blur. The blazing sun scorches the earth, filling the air with dry heat, as if trying to bake everything alive. The ground is cracked and barren, with not a blade of grass in sight. A hopeless desolation. Fissures crisscrossing the land like scars, speaking of utter death. This scene is painfully familiar to her. She has wandered aimlessly through a world like this for a full 10 years. Countless battles, countless clashes, all gradually forgotten in this contamination zone. You had a nightmare. Wimastina's voice sounds beside her, breaking the howling silence. It is soft and calm, devoid of emotional fluctuation, almost like an inorganic synthesized electronic tone. Yeah. Wimastina is seated opposite her, cradling a massive anti-material sniper rifle. Even though the weapon's surface is raw and worn, it still reflects a harsh, piercing cold light. An anti-material sniper rifle? What? An anti-W? What the hell is doing an anti-W here? Alva remembers that back when Boymastina first realized her specs no longer gave her an overwhelming advantage over everything. She sought many alternatives. This rifle was one of them. Even so, in the desolate world, even holding such a weapon, Boymastina's towering figure still looks so small compared to the desert outside. Insignificant, lonely, and forlorn, as if forgotten by the world. Alva's lips are cracked. She opens her mouth and is startled by how hoarse her voice feels. She lifts a hand to her head and lets out a quiet sigh, trying to message her temples to ease the stabbing pain. Only then does she notice her fingers trembling slightly, her palms sleek with sweat. The sticky and stifling sensation is deeply uncomfortable. She takes a deep breath to steady herself, but ends up inhaling more dust, triggering a violent coughing fit. The image of Angie being swallowed by the tide of elites refuses to leave her mind, replying again and again, tormenting her. And then there's RPK-16. Why was she the one who helped her? The one who stayed by Angie's side? I dreamed of Angie when she was still alive. I couldn't protect her.
私は守れなかった
I couldn't protect anyone. Her trembling voice, filled with pain and guilt, breaks as though she might cry at any second. Whenever Alva thinks of Angelia, an indescribable sorrow surges in her heart, like it's being stabbed by a blade. Every time she looks back and remembers the first time they lost Angelia, she can't help but wonder if only she had been more perceptive and discovered the problem sooner. If only she had done a better job at protecting AK-12, so that she hadn't missed the decisive battle. If only she had been stronger. If only she had made the right choices. Maybe none of this would have happened. Maybe Angelia would still be alive. Maybe Task Force Defy will still be whole. Maybe... But there are no maybes. Alva knows this. She knows it all too well. In this world, there are no maybes.
ごめんこんなこと言ってもしょうがないよ
Sorry, 15. That was a bunch of meaningless nonsense.
こういう夢はあまり
I hardly ever have nightmares. I guess I'm just not used to it. She rarely has nightmares. Strictly speaking, she almost never dreams at all.
夢
Dream?
私は
Do I dream? That's right. She's just a doll. No matter how human-like she seems, she's still a doll. Dolls do not die, nor do they have heartbeats or nightmares. They do not sweat either. She stares blankly at her sweaty, sticky hand, her thoughts momentarily unraveling.
よくわかってるじゃないか
You are surprisingly self-aware. As Alva freezes in confusion, AK-15 suddenly speaks, her voice cutting cleanly through her thoughts. Her tone is completely different from before, cold and sharp, as if she has become someone else.
AK-15
AK-15?
今まで起きた
Everything that has happened.
アンジェの死
Angus dead.
攻撃も
Paradios running rampant.
そして私たちがここまで落ちぶれたのは
And us being reduced to this state today. It's all because of you.
お前が無能だからだ
Because of your incompetence. Alva's head jerks up as she stares wide ahead at AK-15, who is now on her feet, looming over her, gazing down ruthlessly. Alva's pupils constrict in shock. She can't believe her ears. She even wonders if she's still dreaming, or if she's falling into another hallucination. Hallucination?
これはセカンダリレベルの幻覚だ
This is nothing more than an illusion on level 2.
また言い訳か
Making excuses for yourself now? As AK-15 looks at the shaken Alva, a smile so derisive if it's utterly out of character appears on her face.
アンジェがいなくなってから
Since Sanji's gone, everything we have done has been meaningless.
来る日も来る日も
Day after day, we have been endlessly repeating the same hollow task of eradicating Paradius.
それで何かが変わったか
But has anything actually changed?
10年経った今奴らは依然存在している基地を一つ潰しても
10 years have passed.
作られる
Has Paradius truly been destroyed? For every base we wipe out, 2 more pop up immediately.
私たちのしてきたことに何の意味がある
Tell me, what is the point of it all?
私たちのしてきたことに何の意味がある
I love AK-15 voice acting in this stage. Rising higher and higher, AK-15 voice trembles with rage, hatred, and despair. Like a magical girl? Even as Alva keeps telling herself that this is only a hallucination, Her will still threatens to buckle.
どれだけの犠牲を払おうと奴らを根絶することはできなかった。
This BGM. A moment of my nightmare. Oh! No matter how hard we try, no matter how hard we try, no matter how much we sacrifice, we can never eradicate them completely.
までは機能停止するまで無意な日々を過ごすだけだ。
Even if we persist, we'll just be endlessly repeating a Sisyphean task.
何の意味がある？
Do you understand? It's all futile. Even if everything in this life is futile, I will make sense of it with my whole life. AK-15's voice has turned into a roar. Her words crash through the silent desert like a thunderclap.
いや、最初から意味などなかったんだ。
All our sacrifices, all our efforts, none of it means anything in the end.
この終わりのないループに陥ったのは他でもない。
We are trapped in an endless loop we can never escape from. I'm the one who caused all of this.
アルバ、お前のせいだ。
It's none other than you, Alva. It's all because of you.
違う。
Wow, I never heard her scream like that. That's not true. Alva covers her ears and screams in agony. She wants to run or fight, but she can do neither. She can move. Her body feels nailed to the ground, heavy as lead, utterly immobile. An inexplicable terror envelops her, pinning her in place. A hallucination. Why is she so certain this is a hallucination? Who's to say the real boy Mastina doesn't have such thoughts? At that moment, AK-15 suddenly begins to move. Her movements are slow, stiff, like a marionette pulled by invisible strings, or a rusted machine that squeaks and groans with every motion. As she leans in closer, her face begins to change. As it twists and distorts, her features blur like a sketch rubbed away by an eraser. Her eyes hollow out until they become black voids that seem to swallow everything. Her mouth stretches into a grotesque grin. Like a wild beast, she bears sharp fangs, sending chills down Alva's spine. That isn't AK-15. It is herself.
私の言っていること
You know I'm right.
本当は認めているんでしょ
Whether I am a hallucination or not.
なぜなら全部事実だか
Everything I said was true. Is true.
らあなたがずっと思ってきた
And you are perfectly aware of that. The Alva before her reaches out and grips her throat. With her airway cut off, suffocating panic floods Alva's mind. The world before her gradually darkens. Is this how it ends? The train horn suddenly blares, the train lurches and rapidly slows, and the Alva before her loses balance, releasing her grip. At the same time, a bully figure slams into Alva, sending her flying. The train stretches to halt. The rows of doors click and slide open on both sides of the carriage. As Alva clutches her throat and coughs, Boymastina yanks her up from the seat.
行け。
Move! She shoves Alva out of the train. Behind them, furious roars echo from within the carriage. The doppelganger Alva is now covered in grotesque scars that crisscross her face like countless knife wounds, hideous beyond words. No, my Alva can be hideous. She cannot be ugly. She's my Alva. She's my cutie pie. She's the closest thing to a cinnamon roll that we have. with M4 gone. Her bloodshot and bulging eyes, filled with hatred and rage, look onto Alva as if she wants to devour her alive. We must return to fight the doppelganger. She glances back at Alva one last time, then strides into the carriage and swings her fist at the grotesque doll. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's all your fault! That Alva begins to rupture and split apart into the waves of air that crash into the ground, snarling as it surges toward her. Alva feels her breathing quicken, but she must stay calm. She must not be deceived by the illusion. She must not let her emotions take control. She has to find the flaw in this hallucination if she wants to escape. She takes a deep breath and grips the gun in her hands tightly, feeling the cold solidity of the weapon, forcing her emotions back under control. The train door closes and the train begins to move again, carrying away Boymaster and the grotesque Alva, while the tide of elites that has spilled outside rushes towards her. This is a battle she cannot afford to lose. If she loses, she will be trapped in this illusion forever, never escaping, forever living in a pain and self-blame, with no chance of redemption. Oh, hell. It's your fault! It's all your fault! Oh yes, it's all my fault. That's why I can't die here. There are too many things that I need to do first. Bring it. Bring it. Go, Alva. This is your war. This BGM is from it's not Florence event. Dun, dun, dun. PNC. Oh no, it's a remix of one of the original ones. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I just noticed it. You. Crocodile. Next Requiem. Delete that crocodile. Let's go. Alva opens her eyes. She's sitting in a vast desert. Some distance away, the halls of an elite horde foretell the imminent battle. And just when she's about to run out of ammo, Angelia will come to her rescue. She just has to accept the fact that she will never be able to pull Angelia out onto that train. She will be ushered into that train by RPG-16, then expelled from the same train by AK-15, only to start waiting for Angelia's arrival again. How many times has she repeated this cycle? Alva has lost count. She recalls what AK-15 just said. We are trapped in an endless loop we can never escape from. I'm the one who caused all of this. It's none other than you, Alva. All of it is because of you. She lowers her head. What she is experiencing here is exactly the same as what she has been doing in the past 10 years, going in an endless circle in a place that defies description. Together with the hulking doll, they have whipped out Paradius again and again whenever it appears in their sights. Yet, as time goes on, the intelligence they receive leads them to a desperate conclusion. Paradius is reviving in some form, and that revival is accelerating. With her assistance and the support of their former comrades, Alva and Boimastina have both grown significantly in strength. But even so, the day they can fulfill their former leader's wish seems to be drifting farther and farther away. This place is both a nightmare and a reenactment of reality. Alva opens her palm, which reveals a small cube. That cube appeared in her hand when she got off the train for the first time. Alva peers at the glowing cube, yet still shakes her head. Even if this is only a nightmare, Angela's appearance has given Alva second thoughts. But she knows she can no longer hesitate. Something has to change, Alva thinks. After a brief pause, she touches the cube with her fingertips. Oh my god! She's here! The cube emits a faint glow. A blurry figure gradually takes shape in front of her. You're as beautiful as the day that I lost you. What's wrong, Alva? Got yourself in a bind? In a bind? AK-12. Alva stares blankly at that familiar, yet somehow distant face. It has been 10 years since she last saw her in this form. Who would have thought I still have to rely on you even here? Is that so? You don't know that everything here is a construct of your own simulation, right? AK-12 casually looks around before letting her gaze settle back on Alva. My appearance will only draw the external attacks to you faster. Are you sure this is okay? That's okay? I know. I just wanted to see you. Oh, Albochka is still a baby, such a baby. That cube. She has already helped you. Why keep yourself trapped here? A gentle smile graces AK-12's face, her eyes remaining closed. You don't want to keep doing things that seem meaningless even to you, do you? I don't think what I'm doing is meaningless. Then why trap yourself here? I have always done what I believe was right, but that sense of rightness has grown blurry with time. I can't tell whether my past efforts have truly changed anything. I don't know whether, as the leader of Task Force Defy, I'm really carrying on and just will. Have you fallen into the trap of self-doubt? You're a doll. Thinking about such meaningless things is in itself meaningless for you. And yet, these thoughts still play in your nether cloud like a nightmare. Isn't that ironic? Like a moment of a nightmare. I'm just afraid that I won't be able to achieve Angel's goal. And what exactly was Angelia's goal? She wanted to eradicate Paradius for good. She wanted to rid the world of those who tried to use the power of the relics for their own ambitions. Is that really what she wanted? That was so desire. The desire that RPK almost fulfilled. Almost. What? She never told you her true ideals, did she? Perhaps all of this is nothing more than your own wishful thinking. She fell on a path that was destined to fail, and you followers are repeating the same mistake. Her ideal was too lofty, so lofty that she couldn't possibly pay the price to realize it. So lofty that even those who try to carry on her will after she's gone couldn't understand it. Angelia merely followed her instincts towards a place that seemed to shine with light, only for that place to be a sheer cliff. She fell. And you? Are you going to become another lost follower? 10 years have passed. Has anything truly changed? Do you know why I'm stuck here, listening to your lecture? Why? Because I know these are all thoughts born from my own neural cloud. The smiling IQ-12 gradually turns into Alva. This is my weakness, an obstacle I have to face and overcome. I have always wondered why Angie keeps struggling even such utter despair. I remember something she once said. If everything in life is futile, what is the point in struggling? I know I don't have all the answers right now. I think Angie might have been questioning herself with the very same doubts. Her answer to that particular question was, I will answer that question with my entire life. Yes. Even if no hope is inside, someone still has to keep moving forward. One day, everything will change. Indeed, I might not really understand what the angel wanted to achieve. But I know this much. So long as we haven't given up, her will lives on. As long as I keep going, I haven't betrayed the oath of task for the fire. The Alva before her smiled serenely, finally at peace. Choices always come with a price. She paid the price for her choice. What about you? I'm willing to do the same. If that's your choice, then let's see whether you truly have the strength to back it up. Alva begins to split apart, rupturing the hearts of elites that crash onto the ground, snarling as they lunge towards her. But now, Alva is no longer strict with panic. She simply tightens her grip and raises her weapon, aiming it at the Alva before her. I have wasted quite some time. I suppose I'll have to apologize properly afterward. But I have to keep moving forward, because not moving forward is not an option. Isn't that right, Angie? Okay, it was better than what I expected with the name Embers on it. I was hoping it to be RPK. Give a second, I have to take a little screenshot for this one, because this one is something that I have to take care of later. Okay, let's continue. Sycamore branches. In the collapsing darkness, the wolf of Nirvana carries on. Tolo looks cute here. Very, very cute. And again, we are faced with elites. A lot of them. But I have an idea of what to do. Already. Ike!
時間に注意。あなたの罪を数えなさい。静かに。私がやる。
What if I hit him with 2 of these, or I hit him with this, or I hit him with this? If I hit here, I don't catch. The one's in the middle. Go.
脅威を排除する。
Boom.
任務了解。
I hit 2 of these. That's the maximum that I can hit. Yeah, yep.
脅威を排除する。
Boom.
私はここだ。
Mm.
進歩は必須よ。
Oh. Damn, I need to charge my phone. Crocodile clang. I don't trust the crocodiles who have the stun, who probably have the stun thingy. Fuck me. Damn it. Can I reach? Yes, I can reach. Close. What? The damn bear. Eight out of 12. Oh, okay, there are the last two. It's either another cloud remix sound or a remix from the original from the OG GFL. Come on! The desert, the yellow sand, the campfire, and the endless elites all vanish without a trace. All that remains before her eyes is a vast expanse of pure white. What is this place? Her narrow cloud is no longer at the mercy of hallucinations. She calmly awaits the final conversation. Alva looks up at the sky. There is no sun, no moon, no stars. Only a pristine whiteness, like an immaculately spotless ceiling. She looks around in confusion, sensing the stillness of this world. When she first opens her eyes, the surrounding white seems shrouded in a thin mist or vapor. As she begins to observe more closely, that haze slowly fades away. Huh? Even through to enjoying everything remains flawlessly white, Alva has already recognized it. She is in that mansion. The carpet, the walls, and the furniture, all white, blend perfectly into the white background. However, if one looks carefully, their shapes can still be discerned through light and shadow. As if she were equipped with wolf eye, she will figure it out much more easily.
やっと来たわね、アルバ。
Give me a second, I need to go clean my eyes before I start bawling out. bawling my eyes dry. So I'll come back in a minute, I guess. What? I'm back. My stomach was growling a little bit, so I came with it some snacks. Hmm. Nice. Mm-hmm. One sec. I'm. I need something, and I'm searching through my through my to my tabs, but I can't find it. what? I don't know. Well, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going with this thing. We need to build a channel so we can earn money from this and afford to go to freaking Hall of Fest. One more year? I don't know. I wish. You finally made it here, Alva. Oh god. Thank god I waited. As if she has known, Angelia will appear all along. Alva turns towards the source of that voice. Angelia is wearing a long, pure white dress, almost completely merging with the background. Only her familiar face and confident smile stand out clearly. She looks more mellow than Alva remembers, without a trace of battle left upon her. Alva is slightly taken aback by Angelia's unfamiliar appearance. Angelia steps forward lightly and reaches out to stroke Alva's cheek. The sensation is warm and real. Alva, it's been a long time. Seeing Angelia say this fills Alva with an inexplicable sense of familiarity and comfort. She doesn't know what to say. She can only keep drinking in the sight of Angelia, as if trying to etch this image deep into the Hernerer cloud. It's been 10 years, hasn't it? That's right. 10 years. Oh, good heavens. So much time passed in the blink of an eye. Angelia scratches her head with a self-mocking smile, unsure where to begin. By the way, how have you all been these past 10 years? Alva wants to speak, but it feels as though something is lodged into her throat. She gazes at Angelia, a flood of complex, indescribable emotions surging within her. Angelia takes Alva's hand and leads her slowly through the pure white mansion. Alva steadies herself and tells Angelia about Task Force Defy battles over the past 10 years, about forming a new anti-relic organization, about dismantling Paradius bases one after another. Ange simply listens with a smile as 10 years' worth of words gushed out of Alva all at once. Kevin and Nelle has been helping us as well. Do you remember the child we rescued from the submarine base? The one with the same name as me? So they addressed it! Yay! Yes, Anna. She's all grown up now. She can stand on her own 2 feet. And the other children who were with her, they are all alive and well. Is that so? That's wonderful. Suddenly, Angelia stops walking. He turns to Alva and asks her, in the same casual tone one might use to ask what to eat for lunch. It's been 10 years, Alva. Don't you want to give up? Why bring that up all of a sudden? Paradius is too vast. Maybe you'll never be able to defeat it. Maybe you will stop and find a life of your own. I say that, but I'm sure you never agreed to that, would you?
はい。私はまだ止まるわけには。
No, I can't stop yet. Before Alba could finish, Angelia gently pulls her into an embrace, speaking in a voice like she is soothing an exhausted child to sleep.
あなたたちに何もかも押し付けて申し訳なく思ってるわ。
I'm sorry. I just went and left everything to you lot.
この10年
These 10 years must have been hard on you and the others. Alba doesn't reply. She just holds Angelia tightly.
それでもあなたたちはここまで来た。
Even through all that pain, all that confusion, you kept going all this time.
見違えるように頼もしくなって。
You have grown mature, dependable, reassuring. Reluctantly, Alba lifts her head. After a long while, she whispers something so softly it's almost inaudible.
もしあなたが生きていたら。
If only you were still here.
私もあなたたちのそばにずっといたい。
I wish I were too,
受け入れるし
but you
かな
have
い
to
の。
accept the fact that I'm already gone.
一番大変な時なのに。
I'm sorry. When everything became even harder to bear, all I could do was stand by, powerless.
いえ。昔一緒にいてくれた。
It's okay.
それだけ
You
で
once lived. That's enough for me.
そう。
That's true.
でもいつまでも私を引きずらないで。
A dead person isn't worth all the
知り返して
spinning.
までこんなシミュレーションをして。
It's time to end this. Stop flying your own little cloud with this simulation.
アンジェ、
Anje,
私はどうすれば。
what should I do?
諦めたくないけれど、
I don't want to give up, but
どうすればいいか。
sometimes I really don't know what I should do to make things better.
私も同じよ。
To be honest, I don't know either.
今のあなたは
You're already far more dependable than I ever was. If I'd been as reliable as you are now, maybe things wouldn't have turned out that way.
冗談よ。
Just kidding.
アンジェ、
But
でも一つだけ
still,
忠告させて。
maybe I can offer you a small piece of advice.
忠告。
Advice?
私の影を追わず
Make doing the right thing your goal, rather than following my obsessions.
私と同じことに
Carrying on my
執着するの
will
が
doesn't
意
mean
志を
being
継ぐこと
trapped
じゃ
by
ない。
past doctrines.
自分だけの目標を
Find a
探して
purpose that you believe in.
私の
My purpose.
昔と同じことをすればいい。この10年たくさんの人を救ってきたんでしょ。
You must have saved a lot of people over these 10 years,
後悔していない？
just like we used to. Do you regret putting effort into that?
するわけがないよ。
How could I ever regret saving lives?
なら救い続けなさ
Then
い。
keep at it.
あなたの
Use your
力
strength to save innocent people.
答えが見つ
Keep
かる。
doing it again and again until today you truly find the right path.
大丈夫。
One day we realize where the path of righteousness and justice in our
そう
hearts
や
truly
って
lies.
進んできたじゃない。
Haven't we always been feeling our way forward like this? Yeah,
あなたたちがいる限り
as long as you girls are around, those people full of bad intentions would have a peaceful night's sleep.
思う存分反逆しなさい。
So go ahead and keep defying them. She's so pretty. Her smile, her happy smile and laugh. It's one of the cutest of all the dolls that exist in this game. Alva chuckles in relief, and Angelia laughs along with her.
いつか必ず奴らを根絶やしにします。
You're right. One day I'll put them to a good sleep and they'll never wake up from.
ねえ、楽しみにしているわ。
I'm looking forward to that day. Angelia stretches, walks a few steps forward, then turns back to look at Alva.
そろそろね。
Alright, it's about time.
私らしくないことをいっぱい喋ったけど、私は私じゃ
I
な
have
い。
said a lot of things that sound very unlike me. After all, the me here isn't really me.
でも
But I believe Angelia would have said pretty much the same.
今の私ほど優しく伝えられないかもし
Maybe
れ
a
ない
bit more gruffly. The mean your memories is far too gentle.
帰り道わかる
You know the way back, right?
はい
Yeah. Alva takes out the cube. Before activating it, she prepares to say her final goodbye to
アンジェ
Angelia.
話せてよかったです
Anje, I'm so glad I could talk with you.
あなたの防壁を突破するための演算力を逆に利用して
You're quite sly, you
こん
know?
なことしてると分かって
If those people realized you were using the computing power from their attacks to do something like this, they'd be granted their in fury. Alva laughs and shakes her head.
彼女のおかげです
That's thanks to her help. Otherwise, I don't know if I could have done.
そうねあの子たちに
True enough.
よろしく伝
Send
え
my
て
regards to the others for me, and tell them it's my time to let me go.
はい
I will. Alva opens her palm. The cube glows brightly. She closes her hand. When she opens it again, the cube has transformed into a familiar MP443.
元気でねアルバ
Do it, Alva.
さようならアンジェ
Alright. Goodbye, Anje. Alva raises the pistol and the sights. Angelia smiles and waves at her. As Angelia falls, her body dissolves into countless specks of light. The white space finally fails to hold, collapsing in vast swaths and revealing the endless darkness beyond. Before everything returns to nothingness, Alva seems to glimpse a blurry figure standing in the distance. The figure simply nods once, then turns away, fading away along with the collapsing white world.
ありがとう
Thank you.
私は進み続けます
I'll keep moving forward. Anje.
通りすがりの人形よ覚えておいて
Sycamore branches. I think I should leave this here. And then Sunday. Okay, my logic. Because here, this one is Alba escaping from the capsule where she's trapped on. And probably Boy Machine is going to appear again. And some shit is going to happen. So that will leave us with a high octane sequence that probably leads to Pam and Pam. And this is going to be the conclusion to that fight. So if we end here, we'll probably get on a cliffhanger, a big cliffhanger, because these are probably short and more descriptive than exploring. So if we left it here, then we can do all of this at once. So Sunday, it's either Corposant or another of our nights, the new event. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, a comment, or everything for the algorithm. I have been Equinox Eterna, and I hope you come back next time. That's it. Goodbye. My poor Alva, she's so cute.